This is the Skype interview assignment for Speech 104. Nick was online for Jason Johnson and Jason Serrano. And we're going to go ahead and begin. Okay? All right. Good morning, Jason. My name is also Jason. And I'll be conducting your interview today. So we're going to start by, I'm going to ask you some questions. I'll give you appropriate time to respond. And then I'll give you an opportunity to ask some questions. Are you okay with that?
Very good, yes.
Okay. So to begin, just take 1 or 2 minutes and tell me a little bit about yourself. Just tell me whatever you like, whatever you think would be important for somebody to know about you.
Sure. Good morning, first of all. Thank you very much for taking the time out to see me today. I have worked, my previous work history has been running group homes, and I did that for 15 years in Brooklyn, New York, in the assistant managerial capacity. I also did other functions for the job, like SCIPR training, which is Strategies for Crisis Intervention and Prevention, which assisted in behavior modifications and assisting in calming down behavior situations that the clientele might exhibit at any given time and showing the staff how to avoid those kind of behaviors. I was with the same company, and I started when I was around 21 years of age. I was pretty young and green, and I grew with the company and continued to move up in that company. I recently moved to Houma, Louisiana, for reasons of change of lifestyle and a search for new experiences and new people, new environments. And here I am right now, looking for a job.
Excellent. Jason, if it's okay with you, I'm going to adjust my camera real quick just so that I think we could get a better image of each other, okay?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. All right, so second question is, essentially, we have a lot of qualified candidates that are applying for this position. What is it that you could tell me that you think would make you outstanding compared to those other candidates?
I think what sets me apart from all other candidates is the ability to adapt in multiple situations. Working with people with developmental disabilities, you really don't know what's going to happen in any given day, at any given moment, and in any given place. So I have really high adjustment abilities. So during times of stress and situations where things seem a little bit out of control, I actually do my best. I'm able to take control of the situation, read the situation, and bring everything back down to an appropriate place where the job can get done efficiently, quickly, and whatever services is to be delivered gets delivered to the parties that we are trying to get those services to.
Okay, great. Good answer. Next question is, what has been the most stressful situation you've been in at work, and what was the outcome of that?
Working in a group home, I have many stressful situations that have arisen. I think one that was a continuous stressful situation was behaviors exhibited by the individuals towards the staff and injuries resulting during those altercations, and how to keep my staff keeping my staff educated enough in order to be able to handle those situations, which are extremely stressful at times. For example, one of my individuals was having a behavior, and one of my staff was trying to intervene and calm the individual down. The approach was a little off. In this case, it was where the staff member was standing in relation to the individual that caused a little extra stress. So the individual tried to run away from the staff because the staff was too close, and ended up falling down the stairs. At that point, the individual's older. We could have serious situation, including not just broken bones or anything, but including death. And the staff kind of lost control, was distraught, crying, and completely got caught up in their own emotions instead of being able to go ahead and put those things aside and start tackling the situation, which was unfortunate, but still needed to be addressed very quickly because someone's life was in danger. At that point, I came in and calmly just began instructing the staff what to do. One calling 911, the other one's sitting next to the individual, keeping them still to avoid any injuries or further injuries if they had any at that point. And I asked the staff that was distraught to go ahead and take a breather. I gave them a few bucks for some coffee and told them just to go walk around the block. And when they're relaxed enough, feel free to come back, and everything is going to be fine at this point. So I think that was one of the most stressful ones.
Okay. Another question for you is, what do you think your biggest strengths and your biggest weaknesses are?
I think my biggest strength is going to be adaptivity to the various circumstances. Mostly when it comes to person-to-person interactions, I think that regardless of what's going on with each person, whether it's emotional or personal, I'm able to adjust to that and bring it back to the task at hand, which is what we're doing at work. So I think that's my biggest strength. I think my biggest weakness is actually if there's not much to do, I kind of lose track and I start to kind of wander off a little bit. So I need to be kept busy. I'm an individual that was born and raised to be able to keep moving, and I've noticed that if I'm not moving, I kind of lose track, and you kind of lose me a bit.
Okay, good. Now I have a random question that I'd like to ask, and so it'll seem a little off, but just give me your best response.
Okay.
So if they were going to make a movie about you, what would be the name of that movie, and who would play your role?
I think that's a very, very good question. I think that probably Keanu Reeves and would probably play me. I think we have a lot of similarities depending on the situation, and I think the movie probably called Speedy. You know, not anything having to do with the speed bus, but I'm always kind of shooting around, darting around, just always moving. I'm never still. So I think that's what it would be.
Good. Do you have any questions for us?
What would be some of the duties that I like my job description?
Basically, this is a clerically office manager position. This has a lot to do with making sure that the staff is completing timely reports, that monthly summaries are sent to management, attending management calls, and just kind of really getting, being the center point for the local branch.
Okay, that's great. So a lot of the of my responsibilities will be having to do with like time management and having dates and times that need to be met, correct?
Correct.
Okay, wonderful. That's really the only question I had, sir.
All right. Well, if that's it, then that really will conclude the interview, and we'll follow up with you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I appreciate it. Take care. All right. So I'm just going to keep it recording and then just go straight into.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. So at this part in the assignment, we'll switch roles, and I, Jason Johnson, will become the person being interviewed, and Jason Serrano will become the person conducting the interview.
Okay. Thank you, Jason. Good morning, Mr. Johnson. How are you? My name is Jason Serrano, and I'll be conducting the interview today. In just 1 or 2 minutes, briefly, can you explain a little bit about yourself? Tell me a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, I'm 35 years old. I have a family. I'm married. I have 3 kids. I'm new to the Louisville, Kentucky area from Louisiana, born and raised. And essentially, professionally, I've been a safety professional for about 15 years now.
Okay, wonderful. Oh, very nice, very nice. Tell me, we have a lot of well-qualified applicants. What sets you apart from anybody else that might be applying for this?
Well, I think what sets me apart is that I came up from the ground level. I worked on the shop floor. I worked out in the plant, so I've been out in the field. I understand the challenges that it takes in the field for people to be able to relate to management policies, especially when it comes to the safety and environmental compliance such as that I'm applying for. So I think I can relate to the shop floor a lot better than some folks, being that I've been there, and I can help relate it to them, and I can help them understand why compliance and safety is important and how it benefits them.
Okay, that's very important. Could you tell me of a stressful situation you had on the job, and what was the outcome of that situation?
Well, I think the most stressful, one of the more stressful situations that we get in this profession is multiple deadlines being due at similar times. We deal with different agencies, so you have the EPA, you have maybe the state regulatory department, and they all really have their needs, and they want things done and reports and presentations done all in a relative time frame. So that creates a lot of stress for us because we're trying to manage staying connected to our workforce, but at the same time we have to be confined to the office trying to work on these reports. So ultimately, the outcome is that we have to have one-time delivery to our customers. And as a safety professional, my customer is the workers and the regulatory agencies. So I feel like I end up delivering to my customers. I maintain an understanding of everyone's needs, and we make sure that we get it done timely and appropriately.
Okay, great. So with that being said, what are your biggest strengths and weaknesses?
I think my biggest strength is my ability to gain an assessment and really weed through what our needs are and what our high priorities are and what our low priorities are. It's real easy to stay busy, but if you stay busy and you're not really addressing the high priority things, you're not really getting full value of your time and the company's time. I think my biggest weakness probably is, and I've recognized it and I have actively worked on it and continue to work on it, is being able to delegate. Sometimes I get caught up in wanting to do things myself, and I lose track of the fact that I have people that can help me out so that we can get on-time delivery and customer satisfaction. So it is a recognized weakness, and I've worked on it, and I've made strides, and I've made progress in the last several years.
That's great. Self-improvement is a really good thing. I have a kind of like an not off topic, but a question that may seem irrelevant. If you were a kitchen utensil, what would it be?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know that I could tell you a specific utensil, but what I could tell you is the attributes of that utensil, and I think it would be a functional one. One of obvious use, and one that I think could be easily used and easily accessed to accomplish a mission or a job.
Okay, great. And my last question is, do you have any training or certifications that you think that will be important in contributing to this position?
Well, on a high level, I have proficiency in most of the common Microsoft suites, Word, Excel, things of that nature. I have a lot of experience with SAP, inventory management systems, work order management systems, and on a lower level, I do have a credential certification from the Board of Certified Safety Professionals that certifies me as a registered safety professional.
Okay, wonderful. That's great. That's great to know. I appreciate that. Okay, so that's it. This concludes the interview. I want to thank you again for coming in and.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions before we close?
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
Okay, I just want to see maybe what you could tell me about the culture of your company and how do you guys feel about, what's your culture? How do you feel the company treats its employees? Just real high level. Tell me a little bit about the company.
Sure. We're a company that really focuses on team interactions and helping each other grow in our positions and working with each other to be able to complete our tasks in a unified manner. We are always looking out for each other and making sure that our safety is always priority. On top of the fact, obviously, of our services that we provide to our clients is top of the line. So I think our culture here is really a team atmosphere. There's no individuals, no one's out for themselves. We're always looking out for each other, and I believe that that's what has made us a very successful company for all these years.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. You're very welcome, Mr. Johnson.
All right. Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time. You have a great one, and we'll be in contact.